Crazy.
4. The Deus Ex Twin Towers Omen.
Okay, Deus Ex, that's a
2000,
game, yeah.
A PC game was created called Deus Ex.
Okay.
When a Skybox artist was creating the game, he forgot to add the Twin Towers to
No,
the New York.
don't even tell me. So this was before the Twin Towers, they're about to say? That, no, don't even say it, bro. Don't even say it.
Some people say that the memory constraints involved made it impossible for him to add the towers. Other people believe that he simply forgot. Whatever the reason, he had to come up with an in-game explanation for the reason that they were not added. They decided to say that a terrorist attack was responsible. When they created this explanation, there is no way that they knew that a year later.
No fucking way! I'm sorry, excuse my language, guys, if any kids that are out there watching this. That's crazy. That is crazy. Do you guys understand how crazy that is? Alright, Deus Ex, it's a game, right? So I think it came out, they're saying it came out a year before, but the guy that was making the, doing the map design, he forgot to put the Twin Towers in. That's what they're saying. So he had to come up with a reason. No. Like, how do you forget the Twin Towers? That's like one of the biggest things, if not the biggest thing in, New York City. When you're doing a New York City skyline. So I don't know. That's a little crazy, man. And then, wow. And then that's not even the craziest part that he forgot to do that. But he actually, the reason that they came up with was that they were saying it's a terrorist attack. That's crazy, man. Yo. Hey, what's going on, Oreo Nation? Your boy Josh the Oreo, aka the Human Oreo, bringing you guys another video. This one is going to be a reaction video series that I'm going to be starting. I'm reacting to different things, and I do want you guys to give me your opinions and give me some ideas that you want to see me to react to. I'll try to react to almost anything, honestly, as long as it's entertaining, it's not boring. I was trying to do like the try not to laugh challenges. I recorded like 2 of them, but I didn't upload them. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't react at all. Like it was pretty bad. This one, I'm not gonna lie, this one is called the 15 most amazing coincidences. Well, I can't even talk. Coincidences you won't believe happened, and I'm not gonna lie, I watched like the first, I think 2 or 3 or whatever, and I was just blown away. I was like, what? Like, if this stuff really happened, it's like, whoa. And like, I think this will be a pretty good reaction video, and we can also get our nerd on, so let's get right into it, guys.
Factsverse presents 15 coincidences you won't believe.
Wow, this guy's voice is epic.
Number 1, man saves falling babies twice.
What?
In 1937, a mother was standing
I still can't get that out of my head, like, twice?
In Detroit
Really?
when she accidentally dropped her baby. Luckily, there was a man below named Joseph Figlock working below. He was a local street sweeper. He was working beneath the window when the infant fell from the sky and hit him in the head and the shoulders. The baby lived, and Figlock sustained minor injuries.
Damn.
A year later, another mother was in a high-rise building when she allowed her 2-year-old son, David Thomas, to fall from the window.
What is wrong with these parents, man?
Figlock was working on the ground beneath the window, sweeping an alley. When the child fell, Figlock was struck in the head. Both he and the child survived. What are the odds of a man
that
being
is crazy,
in the right
man.
place at
Those
the
parents
right
better
time
be thankful
2
this man
years in a
was
row?
there. That's
Also,
all I'm saying.
What are the
What
odds
hell is
of
with
2
parents,
mothers
man?
being so
No, I
irresponsible
can't,
with their children
like I said, I can't
that they allow
fully
them to fall out of a
say anything
window
about
2
it,
years in a row?
but
Number 2,
because I don't have kids.
left-handed president coincidence. Only 10% of Americans are left-handed. When you look at the number of U.S. presidents that were left-handed, you would expect to see approximately the same. But of the last 14
weird,
U.S.
man.
presidents, more than half of them were left-handed. This includes 5 out of the last 7.
What?
Over the past 20 years, almost every presidential candidate has
mind-blowing.
been left-handed. In 2008, John McCain and Barack Obama were left-handed. In 1992,
it is weird,
all
man.
3 of the
That's
candidates
just,
who were
I don't
running
think that's a
were
coincidence
left-handed.
at all.
This
There's
phenomenon
something
is
definitely
strange because in the 18th and
brain-wise.
19th centuries, left-handedness was considered a punishable disability. Kids who were left-handed back then were forced to be right-handed. This
fun fact about Oreo, my mom told me not too long ago that not too long. What the hell's wrong with me? Like, I remember when I was probably like, I don't know, like 16 or something like that. My mom was telling me, she's like, you know what? You used to be left-handed, right? I was like, wow, that kind of explains a lot. Like, why I was like always so ambidextrous, and it didn't really take me long to really, get good with my left hand in basketball. So that's very interesting to think about. But yeah, I was actually originally left-handed. My mom, I think after, I don't know what age, but she switched me back. She switched me to my right hand. So that's why, like, a lot of times, like, I do a lot of things better with my left hand than my right hand. It's very weird, but I didn't know that for a while, and I always wonder, like, what the hell? Like, am I ambidextrous? Or I don't think I'm quite ambidextrous, but it just came very natural, to do a lot of things very well with my left hand. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Let's get back into the video.
This all changed in the 1970s, and children were allowed to be left-handed. Number 3. Hugh Williams, perpetual shipwreck survivor. There have been millions of shipwreck casualties throughout history. If you're planning an ocean voyage and your name is Hugh Williams, you don't need to worry about being one of those casualties.
What?
In 1660, a ship sank in the Dover Straits. There was only one survivor, a man named Hugh Williams. In 1767, another...
No. Don't tell me this guy's about to say, wow, man, let's just finish. Let's see what this guy's going to say.
In the same area. The only survivor was another man named Hugh Williams.
What?
A ship capsized in 1820 on the Thames. The only survivor on that ship was also named Hugh Williams.
Get the fuck out of here.
1940,
and then it keeps
going.
Destroyed
by a German mine. Of all the people on board, only 2 survived. A man named Hugh Williams and his nephew, who was named after him, Hugh Williams.
No, I'm fucking done. No, there's no way. There is no way. Are you kidding me? Like, if you guys are really paying attention to that, there's no way. Like, oh my god, that is crazy, dude. Like, that stuff like that gives me goosebumps, and I love watching things like this because it's like, whoa. So this Hugh Williams, and it was like 100 years to like 1,000 years apart or something like that. I think it was like 100 years. I think it started like 16 something, then 17 something, then 18 something, and then even 19 something. And 2 Hugh Williams survived that were family members. That's pretty creepy. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty crazy.
Number 4, the Deus Ex Twin Towers Omen.
Okay, Deus Ex, that's a game, yeah.
A PC game was created called Deus Ex.
Okay.
When a Skybox artist was creating the game, he forgot to add the Twin Towers to
No, don't even tell me. So this was before the Twin Towers, they're about to say? That, no. Don't even say it, bro. Don't even say it.
Some people say that the memory constraints involved made it impossible for him to add the towers. Other people believe that he simply forgot. Whatever the reason, he had to come up with an in-game explanation for the reason that they were not added. They decided to say that a terrorist attack was responsible. When they created this explanation, there is no way that they knew that a year later...
No fucking way! I'm sorry, excuse my language, guys, if any kids that are out there watching this. That's crazy. That is crazy. Do you guys understand how crazy that is? Alright, Deus Ex, it's a game, right? So I think it came out, they're saying it came out a year before, but the guy that was making the, doing the map design, he forgot to put the Twin Towers in. That's what they're saying. So he had to come up with a reason. No. Like, how do you forget the Twin Towers? That's like one of the biggest things, if not the biggest thing in, New York City. When you're doing a New York City skyline. So I don't know. That's a little crazy, man. And then, wow. And then that's not even the craziest part, that he forgot to do that. But he actually, the reason that they came up with was that they were saying it's a terrorist attack. That's crazy, man. Wow, let's just keep going, because this is kind of a long video, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this. This is like mind-blowing. I'm already 3 minutes into this video that I'm watching, and it's like,
a real terrorist attack would take down the towers. It is a spooky coincidence. Number 5, 2 brothers killed on a moped. In 1975, a man was riding a moped in Bermuda when he was struck by a taxi and then killed. This showed the world how dangerous riding a moped could be. However, people kept riding them. A year later, the man's brother had paid to have the moped that his brother was killed on repaired. On the day he finished repaying the repair fees, he took it out for a ride. Sadly, he also was struck and killed.
What?
The crazy part is that the man was struck and killed by the same taxi, driven by the same driver.
Get the
who
fuck.
happened to be carrying the same passenger as his.
How is this taxi driver still driving? Like, that's what I don't get. You kill somebody and you're still allowed to keep driving and do what? Oh my God! What? Wow.
His brother's death.
Wow.
As far as coincidences go, this one is the biggest. Number 6. The JFK and Lincoln coincidence. America has two presidents who were loved by all, John F. Kennedy and Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
The fact that these two presidents were loved by so many is not the only coincidence. First, Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846, and John F. Kennedy was elected exactly a century later in 1946. Lincoln won his election in 1860, and his inauguration was in 1861. John F. Kennedy won his election in 1960, and his inauguration was in 1961.
Creepy.
Exactly 100 years after Lincoln.
Very creepy.
Both presidents had a vice president and a successor named Johnson. Both men were shot in the head in front of their wives, and both were shot on a Friday.
Damn.
Lincoln was assassinated in Ford's theater. Kennedy was assassinated in a Lincoln, which was made by Ford. Finally, both presidents had 7 letters.
Like, are y'all wrapping your head around these coincidences? Oh my, yo. Oh man, I might have to do a part 2 because this is getting too long already, man. It's already 10 minutes. Oh my God, bro. This is too much, man.
In their name. Very creepy coincidence.
Number
7. Archduke Franz Ferdinand assassination coincidence. When Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria was assassinated, he was in a car with a license plate that read A111-118. When it first happened, people didn't think too much of it. It's what happened later that is really strange. After the assassination occurred, a war broke out. It ended with an armistice on November 11, 1918. The license plate of the car that the Archduke was assassinated in was a spooky omen. The plate was coded A for Armistice 11/11/18, which is the date that it all went down. Creepy.
Wow.
Number 8. Message in a bottle competition. A man named Mark Anderson was manning the fishing boat Copious in 2006. On this day, he found a message in a bottle that was 92 years old.
Wow, 92
Thanks to his
years old.
discovery, he earned a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records for finding the oldest message in a bottle ever recovered. He was very proud of his accomplishment and often bragged to his friends and fellow fisherman Andrew Leeper. 6 years after Anderson found his message in a bottle, Andrew Leeper was working as a skipper on the Copious off the Scottish coast when a message in a bottle floated right by him. The message was 98 years old. He took his friend's spot in the record books, and it was a spooky coincidence. Are these messages in bottles drawn to the men or to the Copious? Number 9.
Wow.
James Dean's bad luck car. This is one of the
I think I've actually heard of this
happened.
one.
James Dean had the nickname Rebel Without a Cause, and he was one of Hollywood's most popular
I think I've
heartthrobs.
actually seen or heard about this one.
In 1955, he was killed in an awful car accident while driving in his Porsche. He's not the only person who was injured by this car. After the accident, the car was towed to a garage for repair. There was a mechanic working on the car, and the engine slipped out and shattered both of his legs.
What the hell?
Years later, a doctor bought the engine to put in his racing car. He died shortly after while racing in the car.
Oh my God.
Another driver purchased the drive shaft from James Dean's Porsche, and he died in the same race as the doctor. Years later, the garage where James Dean's car was taken to be repaired was destroyed in a fire. The car was still mostly intact though, and it was sent to Sacramento to show off. Unfortunately, it fell off its mount and broke a teenager's hip. Later, the trailer that the Porsche was mounted on was in Oregon, and it slipped from its tow bar and smashed into a storefront. Finally, in 1959, the car broke into 11 pieces mysteriously while it was sitting on steel supports.
What?
The cursed car no longer exists. Number 10.
That shit is
Doppelganger
crazy.
coincidence.
Doppelganger.
King Umberto, the King of Italy, decided to visit a restaurant in Monza, Italy. After looking around, he found the perfect one. He and his general aide went in to look over the menu. When the owner of the restaurant went to take the king's order, the two men realized that they were practically twins, not only in the face but in their build as well. The restaurant owner sat down with the king and they realized that they were born on the same day, in the same year, in the same town.
What?
They also learned that they both married women named Margherita. Also, the day that King Umberto was crowned the King of Italy, the restaurant owner opened his place of business. On July 29, 1900, King Umberto was informed that his doppelganger, the restaurant owner, was killed in a mysterious shooting accident. While he was mourning the loss, he was assassinated by an anarchist who was in the crowd.
Wow.
The coincidences are uncanny. Many people who don't believe in coincidences believe that the two men were doubles from parallel universes. Number 11.
Interesting.
Curse of the Dragon.
Uh-oh, Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee was considered one of the best when it comes to martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
His final movie, Enter the Dragon, predicted the death of Bruce Lee's son Brandon. In the film, Lee's character is killed when a prop gun is substituted for a real one, and his character is killed. When his son was filming The Crow, a prop gun misfired and he was killed. 2 months before his son Brandon's death.
Wow, I did not know that was Bruce Lee's son. I used to love that. I loved those movies, The Crow, back in the day. Oh my God, I did not know that. But I did remember hearing about the Crow guy dying. I did not know that was his son. Wow.
About Bruce Lee's life called Dragon, the Bruce Lee Story. In this film, Bruce battles a metaphorical demon who haunts his family. During his final confrontation with the demon, it loses interest in Bruce and begins targeting his son. Brandon was still alive when this scene was shot. 2 months later, Brandon was killed. Robert Cohen, the film's director, believes that Brandon's death was fated to happen.
Wow.
It is a very spooky coincidence.
That's scary,
Number 12.
man.
A bullet kills its intended victim years later.
What?
In 1883, a man named Henry Ziegland was shot at. He left his girlfriend and she committed suicide. In order to make him pay for what he had done, his girlfriend's brother shot him. The bullet only grazed his face and lodged into a tree. Right after shooting Ziegland, the man committed suicide himself. Years later, Ziegland wanted to see the place where he was almost killed, as he believed that he was the luckiest man alive for surviving. He went to the tree and decided to cut it down because it still held the bullet. The task was too difficult for him to do alone. Therefore, he took more drastic measures. He took a few sticks of dynamite and believed that blowing up the tree would be the best way to
No,
get
the
the
bullet hit him.
When the tree exploded, the lodged bullet in the tree
Wow.
from the tree and shot Ziegland in the
What?
head, killing him instantly. It's very creepy that the very bullet that was meant to kill Ziegland all those years before eventually did. Number 13. Poker winnings go to the estranged son. In 1858, a British man named Robert Fallon was cheating at poker. When his rival discovered this, they shot him, leaving his $600 dishonest winnings on the table. Back then, poker players had a superstition about taking money from a player who won by cheating. The men in the game decided to give the pot to the first person that walked by the saloon. The man was given Fallon's $600 pot and also a place at the table. Soon, the man turned his $600 pot into $1,000. When the police came to investigate Fallon's murder, they determined that the original $600 be given to Fallon's next of kin. When searching for him, they realized that his next of kin was actually the man they gave the $600
Wow.
to. That man walking by the saloon was Fallon's estranged son, who had not seen his father in over 10 years.
That's insane.
Number 14. same name, same hotel. In the late 50s, a man named George D. Bryson checked into the Brown Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky. He signed the register and took the key to room 307, where he would be staying. After being out at a business meeting, Mr. Bryson went to the receptionist to see if he had any mail waiting for him. The receptionist gave him a letter that was addressed to Mr. George D. Bryson, room 307. When he opened the letter, he realized that it was not for him. It was actually for the man who had just checked out of room 307 before Mr. Bryson checked in. The two men had the exact same name and the exact same room number. Spooky. Number 15. Virtual twins died and born on the same day. The founder of Ferrari died in 1988. The same year, footballer Mesut Ozil was born. What is strange is that these men are identical. Some wonder if Enzo Ferrari was reincarnated as Mesut Ozil. Subscribe for more.
Yo, that's it, y'all. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Wow, yo. Like, that shit's crazy. Oh my God, man. I'm like mind blown. I love stuff like this, man. But yeah, this video was super long, but I hope you guys really enjoyed. If you stayed here all the way till the end, I really appreciate that, and I love you for that. Definitely, subscribe for more if you're new. You guys will be missing out if you don't. Definitely like the video, share the video, and let me know what you guys, want me to react to in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.